Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind, where we are in the spooky, creepy town of Amra. Down in the southernmost arse end of Morrowind we can actually get to with the current version of Tamriel Rebuilt. There's us, all the way down there. Right at the bottom. So, we're trying to track down a missing dude at the moment. A fellow called Jeb. Thought I'd found a secret note there or something for a second, but no. Just more plain paper.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Thing in here. Plain paper. Plain paper. Lots of plain paper scattered around. Scuttle and hand meat. Oh, delightful dinner. Why are there tankards and pots under the table instead of on them? This place is truly bizarre. What is going on? Anyway,
yes, Outlander. What do you want?
We're looking for some guy called Jebin. Jeb for short.
Tell your friends about
And we've been told by his friend in there that we should probably just ask the patrons of the tavern in case they know anything. Which is probably what we're going to do, although we're probably going to rest here for the night pretty soon because it's getting late. And I have a feeling something weird might happen when we rest here. However, there's a couple of things actually. We were given an amulet when we spoke to the lady in there in the last episode. And we were also given this amulet, the Amulet of Unity from Fast Eddie. And I forgot to check what on earth it actually did. My phone is popping off like goddamn crazy right now. Right, it was just charging. I just turned it on and it received about 6 texts all at once. Anyway, apologies for that. You probably couldn't hear it in the background, but I bloody could. It was very distracting. Anyway, Amulet of Unity. Cast when used, Fortify Intelligence 10, Willpower 10, Alteration 5, Conjuration 5, Destruction 5, Illusion 5, Mysticism 5, and Restoration 5, all for 60 seconds on self. I mean, it's all, yeah, it's like theoretically quite nice, but am I ever going to remember to bloody use that? Nah, mate, nah. Still, nice objet d'art for the collection, I suppose. Thank you, Fast Eddie. I think he's off doing something else at the minute. I just forget exactly what it was. Ah, yeah, Books of Daedric Summoning. That was the one. He was off to pinch one from Master Neloth's place. There's one quest. There's 2 Tell Uvirith quests that I still haven't done. One of them is keeping the thieves out of my dungeon. By finding one of those Books of Daedric Summoning, and the other one was involved getting some belladonna berries or something for a madman in the dungeon, and I accidentally used all the old berries I got from Solstheim in a potion, which wasn't very clever of me, not my finest hour, but maybe we can get that extra Daedric Book of Summoning I need from Fast Eddie. Might be able to finally do something about that. Anyway, hello, shirtless lady. Listen, you don't belong here, Outlander. Why don't you just get out of Amra and leave us alone? Seen Jebin? He's part of Obadur's crew, right? No, I don't know where he is. Or you don't know the boy very well. Okay. Shirtless woman. Yet another Dark Elf, yeah. You seen Jebin? Honestly, now, do I look like I would know him? I steer clear of the locals. You should do the same. What about you, old blind man? Psst. Are you there, friend? I hear you're looking for a young Jebin. I reckon I could help you. Why don't you buy old Zadathis a jug of Mazte first, and I'll tell you what I know. Okay. I shall buy you a jug of Mazte. Now, we also got given another amulet by the lady in there. I meant to check it just now. There it is. Peculiar Wax Amulet, this one. Cast when used, Swift Swim and Water Breathing for 30 seconds on self. Why do I get the feeling I might need that relatively soon? I won't, because I have spells, but you know. That's tea. There we go. Ah, seem to have got myself stuck in the bar door somehow. That was a bit weird. There we go. Ah, thank you for the mass tea, friend. Come closer. I don't want to have to speak too loudly. Now, you're looking for Jebin, but I'm afraid that both you and I von Sellarth are blinder than poor old me when it comes to finding him. That's because neither of you is a native of this town, so you don't know the history of Amra. Okay. What's the history? Tell me, how much do you know of the Arnesian War? The Arnesian War, I think it happened while Fathis was still in prison. If I vaguely cast my mind's eye over the timeline. So, not much. Mind you, we did see that museum exhibit about the Arnesian War, but yeah, not much. Well, it doesn't matter. It's one thing to get to know and a whole other thing to remember. It's been over 30 years since the War with the Argonians ended. The further south you go, the more recent it still is in people's minds. Even now, I can recall the sense of impending doom we got from the news of fighting in the plains of Deshan, and the horrors that took place in the siege of Tyr. Soon we thought the Argonians would lay waste to Dres Horak, across the lake, and the war would come to Amra. Please continue. That's when some of the local families wanted to act instead of just waiting. They were saying we should make sure that the Argonians never cross Lake Andoram. There's Dreg in the lake, you see, and they reckon they could strike a deal with them. They knew the temple wouldn't like it, so it'd all be secret. Pay the Dreg tribute, and they'd protect us. Now, I don't know what really happened in the end, but what I do know is that we never saw so much as a sliver of a lizard in Amra. Except for that one slave in the back room over there. Are any of those families still around? Ah, you see, it was none other than the Marvis family who pushed the deal. Said that the old man Marvis, Captain Obadur's father, even, was the main instigator. I don't know what sort of deal he was supposed to make with me, with those lake devils, but what means of communication. Or with what means of communication, but no, ever since those days, the Marvis family has been blessed with wealth and good fortune. In 30 years, not once have I heard of any of their ships sinking or getting stranded, and their divers bring up pearls the size of my fist. I see, but what does this have to do with Jebin's disappearance? Jebin's not the first one to go missing like this. There's been a good handful of Lake Faeryn souls like him who've simply vanished. Some of them poor fellows were sailors working for the Marvis family, just like him. As I recall, it all started not long after the Arnesian War ended. Now, if a secret pact was indeed made with the Dreg, what do you reckon was offered to them in return for their favour? I ask of you, what could monsters like them possibly want? Gold, food, friendship, I don't know, food, perhaps. Exactly so, my friend, exactly so. They are monsters, and to them we are naught but meat, flesh to devour. That's the only thing land dwellers like us could offer them, our very lives. So you think Jebin is going to be fed to the Dreg of the lake? I'm not sure of any of this, my friend, but even a blind man such as myself can tell there's something fishy going on, if you'll pardon the pun. If I can feel it in my gut. The boy is in grave danger. If he still is, he must be on board the Parudma. So long as the ship is docked here, there's hope. Search the ship, Fatha Sylvan. He must be there somewhere, in the cargo hold, perhaps? I wonder if he's in the cargo hold, possibly in several crates. Okay. What was some 30 years ago? I was old even then, so I did not participate in the fighting. Thank the three. It was a terrible war, my friend. So much suffering. Many lost their family in the war. There's nothing quite as sad as an orphan Dunmer. Oh, that really hits me where I live. Things Fathis. Marvis family. No one is truly rich in Amra, but the Marvis family have still amassed an impressive amount of wealth. Quite unusual for a family of common Velothi, if you ask me. There are two prominent family members left in Amra, Captain Obeder and his brother Barandus, spitting images of their father, the old man Marvis. He was a true Amra native, red-haired and gloomy. I suppose he died years ago, but we haven't seen him in a decade or two. I remember he had a wife who wasn't from around here. Never saw her. Perudma. Some say that Captain Obeder named the ship after his dead mother, but that's no Dunmer name I ever heard. This wax... What about this wax amulet here? Let me touch the amulet. It's strange indeed. No, can't say I've ever come across anything like this amulet. Alright, thanks to Sethandas. You've been very helpful. Alright. Time to search the ship, I guess. Wonder if we can sneak in there. There's a freaking noise at the moment because my cat... It's stopped now, but my cat was leaning... He's lying on the desk having a snooze at the moment, but he leaned his head a little too close to the computer monitor and his ear was brushing against it, and he kept flicking his ear because it was annoying him, but he kept just flicking the monitor repeatedly. Now he's moved his head. No, he's doing it again. Silly cat. Aren't you? You're very silly. Silly cat. Do you want some belly rubs? Oh. He tolerates belly rubs. I don't know if he really enjoys it, but he tolerates it. Anyway. This isn't Let's Play Cat Petting Simulator. This is Let's Play Morrowind. It's so ruined. Alright, let's see. Am I still wearing Caius's outfit? I am. I have to admit, dragbacks. I am apparently still stealthed. How long do these last? Oh, I forgot about this. The Eye Mage ring. Oh, and this. That'll certainly help. Right. Awful lot of barnacles inside the ship, if you ask me. I heard a weird noise then. Difficult to tell when I'm playing the game with speakers though on the desk instead of headphones. Journal has been updated. I've searched the cargo hold of the Perudma. There's no sign of Jeb in here. I should let Sethandas know of this. I could also question Captain Obeder and Marvis again. Lots of dregwax though. Weak poison. Just take one of those as evidence. Yeah, there's definitely some weird noises in the background. Where did I put my last mark? Hello. You weren't here before. Should I confront him, or should I just try and get out of here? Who's there? He can't see me? It prompted dialogue, but I was sneaking, so he couldn't see me. I think that might not have worked entirely as intended there. Whoops. Well. Thought you'd have yourself a look around, eh? Cargo hold is off limits. You better explain just what the hell you're doing here. I'm with the Amra Port Authority. This is an official inspection. I go wherever I want. Get out of my way, you bearded worm. But that's what Fathers wants to say, but would he actually say it? Oh, here's 100 dregs. You never saw me here, okay? Very well then. Money's always welcome. I didn't see you here. Now go and never come back. Let's hope he keeps his word. Yes, I can be very sneaky in my current outfit. I am the master of stealth. What's that? Boosts my sneak by 20 points. That's pretty good, isn't it, really? I mean, puts my sneak up to 96. Good God. I hadn't realised. Not good enough to sneak out here, apparently, though. Have a word with our blind friend again.
What is it, Sarah?
Alright. Good to hear your voice again, friend. Did you find Jebin in the cargo hold? He wasn't in the cargo hold? So it seems that the boy isn't held captive by Captain Obiter after all. I was accosted by a crew member in the cargo hold. You were? I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't mean to put you in danger. What happened? Well, I talked myself out of the situation. Ah, well done, my friend. Well done indeed. Do you have any idea where else Jebin could be? Well, there's still Obiter's brother, Barandus Marvis. I'm sure he must be involved in this. I reckon you might want to ask him about Jebin. He's always outside, tending the guar by the town entrance. Keeps his apartment here in the Amra apartment complex always locked. Might be worth searching the apartment too. Maybe they're keeping poor Jebin there. Why do I feel like I might be being led down a kind of... I'm having flashbacks to Glarthir in Oblivion right now. But unlike with Glarthir in Oblivion, something clearly is a bit fishy about all this. Alright. We could still question the captain again, but I don't know what we would really get out of that. It doesn't seem like he's going to be very forthcoming with information. Let's have a look. Ashlander. Nice big book you've got on that little lectern there, my friend. What? Meditations on Determined Law. Solario Randalin, Healer. Little shrine thing to Vivek, looks like. Shrine of the Tribunal. Vivek's Mystery. Perhaps Vivek's Mystery may help us unpick this actual mystery. That's where the priest lives.
There's no time for talk.
What in the goddamn? You don't belong here, Outlander. Why don't you just get out of Amra and leave us alone? Something's very wrong here. Do I like you enough to tell you about this? Maybe you will if I, flash my Seal of the Archmagister at you. Oh. Well, that was a very good use of a magical charge, wasn't it now? Bother. There's my Amulet of Strength, or whatever it's called. Yeah. Although, do I want the Amulet of Hunter's Strength right now, or is there a better option? Deceit gives me plus 20 sneak, doesn't it? What's the other glove do? Treachery, fortify security. Oh, yeah. Better than Nimble Fingers. Then I have that Slaver Amulet. Amulet of the Thrifty Slaver, that fortifies Mercantile. Amulet of the Advocate. Let's wear that in a minute. It would be more useful, wouldn't it, under the circumstances, I feel. Then Stagman's Ring, Ring of Khajiit. Also won the Mentor's Ring. And we're still wearing Aesop's Ring. Alright, good. Optimum Ring layout achieved. Veranda's Marvis' apartment. Level 20. We shall soon see about that. In fact, do I have a basic bitch open spell here somewhere? I don't think I do I? That's annoying. I just quickly whip out one of these lockpicks and have a go. I wanted to use a spell because it's quicker. Harmony of the Pilgrim. A pilgrim was walking down a rough dirt road. Rocks poked out of the road at irregular intervals, and the pilgrim, tired from his long journey, finally stumbled and stubbed his toes on one. His toes hurt very badly from being stubbed thus, and the pilgrim came upon a thought. If I did not have toes, I would not have toes to stub. He looked down at the offending toes. I am sorry, but you are causing me pain, and therefore you must go, and I will no longer be troubled by you. And the pilgrim took out his hunting knife and cut off his toes. The pilgrim continued on his journey, but without his toes he found it harder to keep his balance. Soon he stumbled again and fell to the ground. He flung out a hand to catch himself, and the hand was cut on one of the sharp rocks. Wincing, he looked at the blood welling up from his palm. If I did not have a hand, it could not be cut and bleed, thought the pilgrim. I am sorry, but you are causing me pain, and therefore you must go. What kind of drugs was this pilgrim on? Because I want to find out. So the pilgrim cut off his hand and continued on his way. The pilgrim continued to walk down the road, which was getting rougher, and he had to slow down to almost a crawl to keep from tripping again. He turned a corner in the road and came upon his wife. The wife began to rail at him in the way wives do. Why do we no longer walk together in the mushroom groves? Why were you late for the meetings with the heads of house? And why, by the gods, are you bleeding? Why have you cut off your hand and your toes? She ranted and raved at him so much that the pilgrim closed his eyes in pain. Wife, he finally said, you are causing me too much pain, and therefore you will have to go. So he killed his wife, cutting her out of his life, and continued on his way. As he continued his walk, he found that the combined pain from the missing toes, hand, and wife was becoming unbearable. He could not understand why such things were paining him if they were no longer a part of him. It is my heart that feels this pain, he said to himself. If I did not have a heart, I would no longer feel pain. I am sorry, heart, said the pilgrim, looking down at his chest, but you are causing me pain, and therefore you must go. And so the pilgrim cut out his heart, and with his lifeblood spilling out, he soon collapsed and died. Too late did the pilgrim learn that pain was a necessary part of life, and that he would have been wiser to suffer with patience and humility. Okay, that's a parable and a half. Journal's been updated. No sign of Jebin in Barandus Marvis' apartment. I should talk with him directly. Fortify endurance standard. Fortify endurance next to the bed. Oh, I see how it is. Whatever you gotta do, man. Traditional slow tail Pilgrim's Path, Sarioni Sermon, Sermons of the Saints. Dregwax. A glass bowl with a candle in it, next to it like it's a sort of offering. Part of me, actually, I have to admit, is very tempted to nick that candle, because I like the coloured candles in this game, but I do not wish to arouse suspicion. What else is around here, anyway? Amra, Fellis Ladry's apartment. Gila Mandrano's apartment. Warehouse. Is this the guy, Brandis Marvis? Yeah, we've already met, actually.
Why you disturb me?
Have you seen Jebin anywhere? My brother did warn me that a nosy outlander would come asking questions about a missing sailor, so am I the new suspect? You have nothing to worry about if you have nothing to hide. I absolutely refuse to play along with this farce of an investigation. We don't want your trouble in Amra, Outlander. Why do you keep harassing us like this? Because I'm worried about Jebin, or because Ivan Seloth is worried about Jebin? Because Ivan Seloth is worried about Jebin. Well, do you know who I think should be your main suspect? It's none other than the damned outsider priest Ivan Seloth himself. You filled that boy Jebin's head with all kinds of nonsense. Not just temple teachings, let me tell you. He tried to turn the boy against his captain, against this whole town. If anything, I think you should search the priest's apartment for clues. His apartment is inside the complex. Okay. Why don't we have a word with the captain now as well? See what he's got to say.
Spit it out or hit the road.
It's getting late, but part of me wonders if I sleep in the bed, something's going to happen that's going to interrupt everything. What do you want? Arnesian War? War never reached Amra. The Argonians never crossed Lake Anderam. Violent, stupid creatures. Yarr. History of Amra. Amra is an extremely unremarkable town. Whatever stories you've heard of its supposed history are mere exaggerations. About the Marvis family. I have a brother who lives here. My mother and my father and the rest of my family have passed on. You ask too many questions, Outlander. But there's wax amulet. It's just an amulet. If it bothers you so much, why don't you just throw it away? Jebin. How about you answer my question first? What were you doing in the cargo hold? What? I wasn't in the cargo hold. Enough lies, Outlander. I know you were in the hold because you were seen there. I've answered your intrusive questions one after another, and in return you've caused me nothing but trouble. No doubt you're in the cargo hold to steal from me. If I see you again on my ship, I will call the guards. This is my final say. Get the hell off my ship. I'm going to kill that wood elf next time I see him. Was that a wolf howling? Bit out of place for here, really? On Salath. Doratus. Here we go. Okay. You have found what's left of poor Jebin. His hair is wet, his lungs full of water, and his neck appears to be broken. An arm and a leg are missing. Well, I mean, if you say so, at least. I mean, he seems to have both legs. The arm's missing, for sure. Doors of the Spirit. Someone's trying to frame the priest. That much is completely and utterly obvious. Blasphemous Revenants, the Cantatas of Vivek, the Book of the Daedra. Bone Guard belt. Yep, Summon Skeletal Minion. He's got a copy of Blasphemous Revenants on the desk. Yes, all very convenient. Notice how the door wasn't locked. A used Amulet of Billina's Antidote. Interesting. Scroll of Almsevia Intervention. I might as well check out what's in this, I suppose. Where's my lockpick? Oh, I'm already holding the bloody thing. 100 gold and... Have I read this one? No, I haven't. I'm just going to confiscate that as evidence, you know. 100 gold. Alright. Just to reimburse my costs, you know. Let me guess. I wonder if...
What you want or go away.
Wonder if you had something to do with that mess in there, huh? Confront the priest about this. Oh, I suppose he's still up here, right? Oh, he's got a lantern. Nice. You're back, Father Sylvan. If you manage to track down Jebin, I pray to the three that he's alright. Well, yes, I sort of have. It's a bit complicated, though. I found him dead in your apartment, on your bed, partly dismembered. Oddly enough, found no sign of the arm, or the leg that was supposedly missing. What? What are you talking about? Partly dismembered on my bed? That makes no sense. That's what you have some explaining to do. I swear by the three and the saints that I don't know anything about what you're saying. I had no idea Jebin was dead. I hoped he was still alive. You have to believe me. How do you explain the body being in your home then? Even though I reckon I probably know. It's awfully convenient that what's his face over there with the guars told us specifically to go and search his thing after he'd heard from his brother that there was an outlander looking for. Yeah. Come on. You don't have to be Hercule Poirot or Columbo to figure this one out, do you? How to explain the body being in your home, then? Someone must have carried his body to my apartment. My door is never locked. Yes, they could have easily done so. They're trying to frame me, Father Sylvan. You don't think I killed Jebin, do you? No, I believe you. I don't think you killed Jebin at all. Good. Thank you, Father Sylvan. Now, I don't know why anyone would want to slaughter Jebin like this, but maybe we can find the ones responsible for his death. We must be clever and careful. It's clear that there's a greater conspiracy at play. Someone must know who carried poor Jebin's body into my apartment. Wait a minute. Rathis Falvano. He's that shifty-looking guy who's always loitering in the halls of the apartment complex. Or the one with the weird growths all over his face. Yeah, he's a bit difficult to miss. I hear he sometimes does odd jobs for the Marvis family, too. Highly suspicious, don't you think? Should question him. I'll ask you about anything else while I'm here. Like that weird amulet thing. No? Okay. What happens if I talk to a guard out of, pure curiosity? Again, I actually can't inform the guards about this. Okay. Oh, you shifty bastard. Where are you? There you are. Yeah. What, someone carried a dead body to the priest's apartment? I'm just a commoner. I ain't done nothing wrong, I swear. That's that barnacle face. You better start talking before I beat you senseless. Oh, God, I really want Fathers to say that, but I feel like he's smarter than that. Maybe you've seen something? Tell me what you know. Listen up, barnacle face. You better start talking before I beat you senseless. Do you know what? Maybe Fathers is losing his patience slightly. No, I know nothing. Please don't hurt me, Outlander. Glub, glub. I'm losing my patience. Spill the beans or I'll gut you like a fish. No, don't hurt me. I hate pain. All right, I will tell you everything, but not here. Not here. There are ears everywhere. They'd kill me if they knew I was talking to you. We need to go somewhere where it's safe. There's a warehouse just outside. You know it? It's the one with the crane on the roof. The warehouse has a basement. It's always empty. You'll be safer to talk there. I'll go in first and wait for you there, okay? Rathis Falvino exits the apartment complex in a hurry. Ready a weapon at this point. Who knows what's going to be waiting for me outside. Oh, Pete's sake. I pressed F9 to quick save. But I forgot in Morrowind F9 is quick load. I've been playing too much Daggerfall. A more professional YouTuber would probably cut this out. But not I. Enjoy my mistakes, everybody. Ah, dear. Yeah, alright, well. Speedrun time. Here we go. What now? Jebin. Beat you senseless. Gut you like a fish. Alright, off he pops. This time, we press F5. Okay. Warehouse basement. Is it a trap? It's just him. Although he's standing above a... That's not suspicious at all. Okay, I have a plan here. Oh, what's that? Fast Eddie's had enough time to ransack Tel Naga. Oh, right, good to know. Good to know. I nearly pressed F9 again there. Good God. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We are going to cast Levitate. Handmade Dragwax. You're here. Good. Glub, glub. No one can hear us here. This is a trap, isn't it? It's not a very good one. Aha, clever Outlander, aren't you? Are you ready for what happens next? And what's that? You're going to die with me, Outlander, and I will be reborn. Rathis Falvino turns the crank behind him. You hear the sound of lake water rushing into the basement. Oh! Quite slowly, actually. How about I just... No. Okay. Well, I have that wax amulet for a reason, I suppose. But, I'm not going to use it, actually, because my spells are better. Gee, I thought he was going to open the trap door and I was supposed to fall in. But I guess not. I wonder what happens if you summon... like a horde, the skeleton horde or something underwater. That'd be very amusing and probably crash the game. Well, now what? I'm a wizard, you idiot. What did you think you were going to achieve? Who's there? Is he drowning? I think he's drowning. He's got a peculiar wax amulet as well. Warehouse key. Let's take that. He is dead. Can't seem to open that. Chain doesn't do anything? No. I like how this barrel's floating now. It's a neat touch. Wow. Curiouser and curiouser. Why is this... Oh, is there an audio bug? Oh, there's an audio bug, isn't there? That's very annoying. Can I get rid of that by reloading the game, hopefully? That's ruining my mojo a bit. That's taking me right out of the game, that. How you doing, cat? Giving me some cheek scritches. While we wait for the loading screen to finish. You want some chin rubs? Yeah, you do. He's all stretched out at the minute because it's a very, very warm day in the office. Right, there we go. Okay. What in the great googly moogly? Ah, the priest is gone. Strange. There's a change in the air that can be felt, a chill coming from the lake. This doesn't promise anything good. Perhaps I should try and speak with old Sethandas Aldrethi again. Or is he going to be gone as well?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see that's locked again, huh? Change it to my Robe of Sorrows. Actually, no, Robe of the Archmagister. Because that has the shield effect on it, doesn't it? I was going to go inside my room and change, but whatever. These pauldrons. I gotta get rid of them. It's annoying me. It's annoying the crap out of me. There you are, Sethandas. Wyvern Silith has gone missing too. Dire news, yes, but there's still hope. Both he and his captors must still be in Amra. Captain Obadur's ship hasn't left the harbour. I heard that a shady congregation of people was making its way to the lighthouse. That's where they must have taken him. There's no time to lose. The Hetman Davar Aranim holds the key to the lighthouse. If you explain the situation to her, perhaps she'll help you. The Hetman is in the trade house. Make haste. You know what, I'll do that, even though I know I could get open that door with a battering ram spell. Let's do a little quick save. Beware of the lake, Outlander. Key to the lighthouse. What's this? What do you need the key for? Ivan Seloth has I went all native there for a second. Ivan Seloth has disappeared. And you have a reason to believe he's inside the lighthouse? Yes, and I think he's in danger. Horrible. We will deal with these rogues, whoever they are. You have my permission to enter the lighthouse, Fathizulvan. Here's the key. Integral foot soldiers will meet you at the front door. They will accompany you in the raid. Rescue Ivan Seloth. Uh-huh. Alright, hello chaps. We've been told to accompany you, Outlander. Just unlock the door for us. Lead the way, Outlander. Right. So what have these people been up to? I've had enough of this. Do they take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks? You hear someone or something moving upstairs. Ulvo Telvor. Whoa.
Glub, glub, glub. Is this a snack on two legs? Come, sluggle closer, delicious stranger.
What's wrong with you?
Wrong? Glub, glub. What does the stranger mean?
You're an abhorrent monster.
Monster? Glub, glub, glub. The stranger sounds like Jeppin. Oh, how the boy would scream and scream. The boy died in the grotto below.
What grotto?
The grotto where they all lie waiting. Visitors from the lake under the lighthouse. The entrance is hidden. Mustn't tell more.
Tell me how to find the entrance to the grotto, you monster.
Monster? It must stop screaming like that. Glub, glub. This delicious stranger is making Ulvo hungry. It should worry. Ulvo's claw is powerful. Stranger's neck looks weak.
I'm gonna get in trouble if I attack him. Oh, no, okay, we're good. Pathetic creature. The monstrous claw detaches from Ulvo Telvor's arm easily. However, just a brief glance of the degeneration underneath his robes is enough to convince you that searching the rest of his remains isn't worth it. Around the lighthouse. See, this must be here somewhere. Well, apparently there's a grotto underneath. Ulvo's diary. Okay, here we go. Take a swig of my drink here. Entry 1. Well, I finally arrived. A new job in a new city. I'm glad I could make it. A bit in the middle of nowhere. Difficult to travel by road. Oh, I really should have taken the Silt Strider. Oh, well, I'm going to unpack my belongings. Entry 2. Done. I'm all set. Now I can rest a bit. Although it's as a lighthouse keeper for a lake, it shouldn't be too hard. Unlike my old location, the bitter coast on Vardenfell. Always rainy, always cloudy, damp and filthy. So gloomy and depressing. I will never, never, never go back there. Here I can see the sun during the day, and then Master and Secunda around all the constellations during the night. Here I breathe clean air. Well, not really, to be honest. There's something stale in this building, but since it's been abandoned by the previous keeper, that was to be expected. Entry 3. Well, I cleaned everything and everywhere, but traces of the foul smell remain. Oh well. Water of the lake must be infiltrating the stone. I just have to make sure that the lighthouse's brazier is alight, and then I can get out. I've already met a few locals, and they are surprisingly friendly, despite their odd look. One of them even proposed to celebrate my arrival here in the lighthouse. Well, I guess I should buy some liquor. Entry 4. The party was all right, I guess. There were 7 of us, actually, and Vivek be blessed, I had enough to eat and drink. The only awkward moment was when I excused myself for the smell. They all stared at me with their bulging eyes. From their reaction, it looked like I was accusing them of smelling. But the weird moment passed, and they even explained that the previous keeper left because he couldn't stand the odour. Well, it's not enough to deter me. They were quite relieved to hear me say that. Entry 5. Well, visitors again. The 6 of them. We ate and drank, but truth be told, I expected some quiet and privacy. Looks like the lighthouse is their general quarters or something. I will have to put an end to that. Entry 6. Couldn't bring myself to get rid of them. It's weird, because it seems to me that they are waiting for something. From me? But what? I don't understand. They keep coming. Every 2 or 3 evenings. Entry 7. Alright, now I know what they wanted. I was cleaning the first floor when I decided that this horrible dreg shield displayed there had to go away. I tried to take it down, but it just shifted slightly. I jumped when I heard a loud grinding noise behind me. A part of the wall had just disappeared. Behind this false wall, there was another door, but I had to cover my nose. The stench was overwhelming. It smelled like rotting fish and decaying meat combined. Horrible and disgusting. I nearly threw up. I could not open that door. I moved the shield back in place. and the wall took its normal place. But the next evening, when my visitors came again, I noticed their attention was either on the shield or sometimes on the wall, but rarely on me. Entry 8. I finally told them that I knew about the secret door, and I told them that I didn't open it, and that I didn't want to know anything about it, and that I wanted them to just go away. Well, they didn't leave. But at least now I have an explanation. Looks like the smell is indeed rotting fish and meat, which is supposed to be some food for the Dreg. I couldn't believe my ears. They were implying that the Dreg were living under my lighthouse. Ludicrous. Entry 9. There are Dreg under the lighthouse. A full colony. I forced myself to open that damn door. The faint smell was getting on my nerves, but beyond, the stench was horrendous. It made all my body hair either stand or wither. After a coiling gallery, I arrived at a huge dark cave. The first thing I noticed was the mushrooms, but I'd never seen them, even at the Bitter Coast. Only after my eyes got accustomed to the darkness, I saw the Dreg. How many are there? Entry 10. At first I thought it was some kind of nesting cave, but the cocoons were too big to be eggs, or whatever form Dreg take at birth. One of my visitors insisted to give me a book about their life cycle, and according to that book, there was a transition between land Dreg and water Dreg called Carvinism. Carvinism. And another between water Dreg and land Dreg called Meph. I think that these huge sacs are the transition cocoon between these two states, probably the Meph. Entry 11. I must admit, it is fascinating to see these creatures down here. They're quite peaceful, unless you dive in the water. But apart from that, they just live their life. But why here? And why the secret door? Entry 12. One of them tried to attack me. I was so scared. I ran. After I calmed down, I decided to speak to the man who gave me the book about Dreg. We had a good talk. He confirmed that it is indeed a transition nest, and explained that there is a very ancient agreement between the Dunmer of Amra and the Dreg of the lake. In exchange for help against Argonians and a relatively quiet coexistence, Amra had to provide shelter and food for the Dreg during transition. So, that Dreg was not attacking me. In fact, it was expecting some food. Entry 13. So, I agreed with the Amra fellows to let them bring food to the Dreg. The one that tried to speak to me seemed satisfied. They are scavengers, so rotten flesh is not a problem. Actually, when one of the Dreg fails his transformation, either because of the lack of food or because of some disease, the others eat their remains. It can be a long time before they need us to bring food. Entry 14. I am accustomed to the smell now. It doesn't disturb me anymore. And I'm rather satisfied with my studies about the Dreg. Few mer or men have the opportunity to approach them so closely, but something is off. Last night, my fellows brought a guar for the Dregs. A whole guar. A whole guar alive. I said that the guar was old and useless, but they could have mercifully killed it before throwing it to the Dreg. Entry 15. Apart from my visitors, the denizens of Amra look at me weirdly. How was I led to believe this situation was normal? Feeding the Dreg, the famous adversaries of Vivek? Maybe I should speak with the priest of St. Olm's Shrine. Entry 16. Why is this door secret? Of course it's secret. Of course, I'm an idiot. This is not the fulfillment of an ancient and venerable agreement. This is a cult with offerings and sacrifices. The previous keeper abandoned the lighthouse, didn't he? But did he? Let's take that as evidence. Drawers are locked for some reason. Let's fix that. Whoops. Okay, nothing of interest there. Ah, what about this, though? Okay, again, nothing of interest. More small barnacles. Oh my god. Okay, we've all piled out here, have we? Man, I wonder if I'd tried to get in here without using the key much earlier. That would have been interesting. By interesting, I mean I probably would have broken everything. A loathsome civilization. Okay. By Tellinger the Artificer. A most unexpected curiosity has entered my collection after being appropriated from a defeated Maramori fleet. Why this text was aboard one of the vessels, I cannot guess, but it appears to be the journal of a diplomat, Thras, written before 1E2260. Though it is damaged, the descriptions of the slode that remain legible are fascinating, assuming this is not some strange work of fiction or forgery. If it is legitimate, it is a remarkable find, as the slode were loath to treat with any of the races of Tamriel. We know that the slug folk of Thras practiced foul necromancy, but their involvement with that dread art may have been more prominent than previously thought. If this is an authentic text, the author expresses frequent disgust at the interacting with reanimated slaves. Okay. That's all very interesting, but I'm not entirely sure how relevant it is right now. The case against human edibles. Okay. That's a very Doctor Strangelove-esque rant. About human food. Okay. Alright, that dreg shield. Yes. You move the dreg shield, you hear a loud sound coming from behind you, which was this. Grotto. Alright, we might have a bit of a fight on our hands if there's really a whole colony of dreg down here. Shego's shelf. These would be the mushrooms mentioned in the diary, I suppose. Night Eye and Drain personality. Let's go slowly here. Hello there. Got to be a cultist with a robe like that on. Yep. You know what, this stuff's bloody valuable. I should be grabbing it. Next leather rogue hood. Do you know what? I like that, actually. I'm going to take that. What is it with this bloody country, thinks Morphathis, and weird cults that involve growing strange extra body parts? Ah, yes, finally got to kill that wood elf. Where's my 100 gold, eh? There it is, thank you. Good stuff. Notes on drag. Life cycle of the drag. Ah, this is again written by the poor unfortunate bastard upstairs who I put out of his misery. Entry 1, since I have to cope with all the visits to my under neighbours at the drag, I might as well see for myself what this is all about. Entry 2, this smell, it's so foreign and strong that some strange fungi has appeared here. There are mushrooms that I've never seen anywhere else. I should take some samples and see what their properties are. I'm intrigued by the strange clusters floating on the surface. The feeble flow of these dark waters make them drift to the walls of the cave. From what I've read in the book Life Cycle of the Dreg, I suppose these are the grom, the pellets of fibres that drag vomit during the so-called meth. I tried to unravel one of the pellets, and I nearly fainted under the assault of the stench. It was 10 times worse than the rotting fish and meat and the acrid smell of all those weird shrooms that surround me. In the end, I found nothing interesting in these little balls. Sometimes my visitors gather on the platform above, and they just stay there, staring at me weirdly. I've come to realise that this is my cue to leave, so I leave them to do whatever they do here. I started to make a precise account of the meat and fish they bring here, and the quantities of the dreg need. With time, I will find a balance between supply and consumption, in hope that nothing will rot and add to the horrible smell. My companions find it funny, but I will try anyway. Well, it is a success. The smell is less overwhelming now, quite bearable. I took a look at their book up there. I was quite surprised to see one of the sermons of Lord Vivek. Well, even if I worship the tribunal, I'm not one to delve too deeply into this religious stuff. I discarded it to go back to my work. Yesterday, something happened that scared me. I was sampling some of the weirdest mushrooms in this cave when all the dreg came near the surface. It was a mess of tentacles and pincers, and lots of water being thrown everywhere. They made a ruckus, hissing and clicking and growling. I stepped back worried. Could they climb the stairs and platforms? Could they reach me? Once out of their sight, I ran away. They are speaking. The first thing I did when they got too excited for my liking was to warn my visitors. They were amused, to say the least, and I felt like a fool to be so worried. They explained that they just settled an argument between them, so all that noise was actually a language. I'm excited. What if we could speak to these creatures and come to a mutual understanding? That would be the beginning of a new era where an intelligent aquatic race would take their rightful place in the history of Tamriel. On the other hand, I witnessed some disturbing behaviours on their part. When one of them starts the transition, the meth, and unfortunately fails, they just eat it. It is somewhat shocking, and it will be a long way before they enter civilization. I don't know, we tolerate the Bosma, don't we? So I caught a few words. Now I'm nearly able to talk to them. Well, they are very basic creatures, but with very basic needs like food, and food. But sometimes they talk about a great cavern, a place where they have to return and pay their respects to their leader, a king of sorts. I wonder if this king is the famous Ruddy Man, probably one of his heirs. Did we possibly visit that cavern earlier? Might have done. Entry 14. I had more discussions with the dregs. Well, if I'm honest, I overheard more conversations. It seems that the Great Cavern and its inhabitants are located in a very deep abyss far to the south. Okay, maybe not then. Then again, there was that crevice. I don't know. Could it be the Perudma's Moor that the denizens of Amra are talking about with a great level of fear? I spoke to my visitors about the Great Cavern, the King of the Dreg, and I also mentioned Perudma's Moor. Maybe I shouldn't have. They sent weird looks my way. Having that water walking. Oh, there's one of them. Ritual drum. Let's not touch that just yet.
Outlander, you are a pesky one. I should have known that fool Ralith couldn't kill you.
What's going on here? I want some answers.
I see no point in explaining anything to an Outlander destined to die you couldn't possibly understand.
This is the end, Obadiah. No need to keep secrets.
It's the end for you, not me. You can't beat me.
Very well then. I grant you one question. One question, then you'll die. What is this place? What are you doing here?
This grotto is where we honour our pact with the Dreg, our union. When the tide is high, they come here from the lake to lay their eggs and collect their tribute. Now they are displeased with us. Jebin is dead, and you have disrupted our ritual. I hope Mother Perudma will accept both your and the priest's flesh as an offering after I've killed you.
The Dreg are displeased that Jebin is dead? Why?
The late boy and I are of the same blood. His father and mine were brothers. His father was a disgrace to the family, but Jebin was still a Marvis, and that made him special, suitable. The time was right for the Dreg to take him and have him undergo the sacred ritual of death and rebirth. Carvinus him. He had it in his blood, just like I do. It just needed to be awoken, but now he's dead. Never mind, he's not the last one. There is another. There is still time. I just have to deal with you first.
Let me guess, it's the orphan lady who works at the pub? What exactly is Calvinism?
No, Outlander, I already answered 2 of your questions when I promised to answer just one. I've humoured you for far too long. It's time to end this.
I'm not ready yet. I need more answers. I have no more answers for you.
Fine. Time for you to die. Mother Perudma take you. You will not stop us. Die, fetcher.
One day, Fathus will meet a foe that doesn't massively underestimate him. Dread Club of Greater Poison, Peculiar Wax Amulet. Ugh. We are left with so many questions. By the three, you saved me, Fathersolve, and they were going to. He breaks down sobbing. I killed Obada. Jebin has been avenged. Yes, I'm forever in your debt, Fathus. Please, let us go. I don't know the way out of this place. You lead the way. First, though. Looting time! Smoky Quartz, that's a different one. Goya. Do we have that back of a place yet? I don't know if I want to take you from this weird cultist palace anyway. Oh, a book beacon cap! Oh, memories. Good old Oblivion. Yeah, it restores magic and all. Scroll of Health Rape. 26 less than Vax 728. By the three, such unfathomable blasphemy. Death was almost too good for them. You escort the priest back to the service, Fathus. We'll stay here and keep guard for the time being. Yeah, but what about this drum, though?
Outlander, but make it quick.
Drums in the deep.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Probably nothing.
I was about to say, did that drag just disappear right before my eyes? He kind of did, but he's back now. Why is this crate locked? What is going on? Bunch of steel armor. Weird, but okay. Beef, chicken, leg, mutton. Venison. How are you getting all that in Morrowind? That's all I want to know. There isn't a single cow, pig, or sheep in this entire subcontinent. Dude. Come on. Praise the three. We're out of the grotto. Thank you for everything, Fathersolven. Now I need a moment alone, if that's alright. I need to clear my head and find some more clothes. Come and see me later and we'll talk about all that has happened. I'll be at my home.
A warm welcome to you.
Okay. I'm not done with this place, though. This is going to be a very long episode, isn't it? Yep, we're already at 1 hour and 9 minutes according to the overlay. Oh, good. Oh, good. I don't want to stop yet, though. I feel we're very close to the end. Alright, you bastards. Say hello to Goldbrand. Marvis drag. Oh, these rule people, they've got wax amulets. Creepy. Just gonna take their wax though. It's valuable, damn it. Just don't tell the person we sell it to the whole story. That's my advice. 0, 0. Glass ward. Let me guess. Dark hole to Amra? No, I don't wish to crawl through that space right now. Let me guess, that takes me out into the lake. Do you know what we need? We need Swift Swim. There we go. And we're gonna need some water breathing in a minute. Would these be the pods where they're... Oh, good grief. Okay, hello. Dead adventurer. They always have useless stuff on them, except for the lockpicks. Dread cocoon. Don't seem to be able to loot all of these, just a few of them. Let's do the swift swim again. Perudma's arsenal. Hey, wait a minute! Perudma? That's an awful funny coincidence. Where did I get that from? Was it from a book? Who or what is Perudma? I want to know, damn it. I have so many questions still. Where's... freaking... where is it? There. Minus pick. I'm tempted to pick that up because it feels like it's something I might need. Alright, he's not... Oh, we're back here again. Alright. I'll be swimming along in my finest robe. Yep, that has... Yeah, we've emerged here. There's no way in from this side, but we are now out in the lake. Part of me wants to go exploring to the bottom of that lake. See what lies down there. Perhaps this big cavern they're all talking about. Not today, chum. Okay. Well, I never did sleep in that room in the end. Wonder what would have happened if I did. There you are.
May you find me worthy.
I need a moment alone, if that's alright. I need to clear my head. Come see me later. Perhaps you should let Dava Aranim know what's happened and make maybe your friends Sethandas Aldrathi too. Dava Aranim. Oh right, yeah, she's the hetman woman. Het woman? Het lady? She'll probably be wanting her key back, I suppose. Back from the lighthouse, Outlander. What's happened there? I defeated Obed Marvis and his followers. To think that something like this was going on in that town that I'm supposed to watch over. I have failed as a hetman. I will spend the rest of my life making amends. May the three forgive me and guide me. You have my thanks, Outlander. You've done us a great service for anything and putting an end to this sinister plot. Please accept this gold as a token of my personal gratitude. Very well. You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Where are you? There's the Thaddeus. You man, you blind old bastard.
What do you want?
You've returned from the lighthouse, friend. I'm glad you're alive. You've dealt with the Marvis family, yes, and perhaps learned the truth about what happened to Jebin, too. Oh, right, yeah. I was afraid that the young lad might already be dead, but I still held on to hope, the fool that I am. He didn't deserve this kind of fate, no matter his bloodline. But Marvis told me that Jebin was a member of the Marvis family. Oh, so you've learned the truth from the captain himself. Yes, I suspected this before, but I wasn't sure. I hoped I was wrong. But now my suspicions have been confirmed. He was one of that ill-favoured family. Old man Marvis and his father were brothers. Brothers? Tell me what you know of Jebin's father. Well, all I know for certain is that old man Marvis had a younger brother. The two of them never saw eye to eye about anything. Used to have terrible rows that were the talk of the town. Hell, I remember them clashing sabres in public once or twice. When the Arnesian War started, they had their final falling out, and the younger brother left Amra for good. Now, back then, no one knew what the falling out was about, but I reckon it was a disagreement over the pact with the Dreg. So Jebin's father didn't want any part in what they were doing. Us two can only guess at what happened between the two brothers 30 years ago. Of course, old man Marvis renounced his brother for turning his back on his family, and we never saw him again. It was just assumed that he'd joined some war party heading south and gotten himself killed in the fighting. Wasn't uncommon in those days, so, now I'm not so sure he died in the war. I reckon he was killed right here. First blood for the Dreg. Why didn't Jebin know anything about this? No, Jebin's father was killed by his own family. Killed, yes, or worse. Maybe he was forced to go through that same blood ritual they wanted Jebin to go through. The Dreg are crafty devils, and they are as ancient as the seas. They have knowledge of things that to you and me would seem both unnatural and impossible. Who knows? Who knows? How was Jebin left alive? His father was disposed of, presumably for weird cultic ritual purposes. Can't say nothing for certain, but I reckon Jebin's father must have taken the boy across the lake to Dres Orak in a desperate attempt to keep him safe. Or perhaps that's where old man Marvis left the boy, to fend for himself until the time would be right for him to join the rest of the family. I still don't understand what the pact with the Drag was. Neither do I, my friend, neither do I. I originally thought the pact was made in response to the Arnesian War to protect Amra from the Argonian threat, but no. Now I can't help but wonder if the true origins of this horrid union don't go further back in history. The details of the pact might very well be forever shrouded in mystery. Perhaps it's for the better. What about Jebin's mother? Who was she? We don't know who Jebin's mother was. Whoever she was, no one in Amra knew her or saw her, that's for sure. And I don't need to remind you that no one ever saw Captain Obed or his mother either. It's a troubling thing, Father Solvin, this question of mothers, who they were, what they were. The Marvis family was debauched beyond mortal comprehension. I'd rather not think about it. I can only guess Obed or Marvis's motives, but I think he wanted Jebin to take his place. The Dreg wanted one of the family to join their abhorrent ranks. They wanted blood. Obed decided to offer Jebin's to save himself. At least, that's what you think happened. I've heard enough. Thank you for telling me this. No, my friend, thank you for listening. For trying your damnedest to find Jebin, and for putting an end to the madness of the Marvis family. Here, have a drink on me this time. Oh no, have a drink on me this time. Though I do wonder... no, never mind. Forget I said anything. What is it? Well, you stopped Obed or Marvis and his followers, but the Dreg are still out there. Somewhere, deep in the lake. I wonder if they're still watching Amra. That's an unnerving thought, my friend, even if it's nothing else. If it ever comes to it, I'll deal with them. Yes. Goodbye, my friend. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to ask you. Have you told Anara of all that's happened? The girl deserves to know the truth, don't you think? Yes. Probably does.
found Jebin? Jebin is dead, I'm sorry. No, Fathersolven, you're wrong. You've got to be mistaken. Wherever you've found cannot be Jebin. Jebin can't be dead. He can't be. Please tell me it isn't so. If it's any consolation, I've dealt with the people who killed him. Oh no. Poor Jebin. Why? Why did he die? He never did anything to deserve this. Well, if you must know, a cult of drag worshippers wanted to force him to undergo a blood ritual. It happens, I'm afraid. That's horrible. He must have been so scared. I wish I hadn't asked. I don't know what to do, Fathers. I feel so terrible. We lost the best friend I ever had, the only friend I ever had. I'm sorry for your loss, Anara. Please, I don't know what to do now, Fathersolven. What do I do now that I'm all alone? You're not alone. Others share your grief. It will get better, I promise. Really? I don't know. Maybe one day the pain will ease, but right now it feels like there's a living, breathing void inside my heart. It hurts. Boy, thank you for your kind words, Fathers. Thank you for everything, and goodbye. Got offer a job at Uvirith. Could always do with an extra cleaning lady. Right. Let's go have a chat with the priest. Finally wrap this up. This is going to be an extra long mega bumper episode, apparently. We're at an hour and 20 minutes now, but I haven't been able to bring myself to stop. This has been such an intriguing quest. Part of me feels like I still haven't got all the info. I'd probably, if I'd done things slightly differently, I might have been able to find out more. But I've tried to play it in character, so... Good to see you again, Fathersolven. I'm still shaken by all that happened, but I'd like to thank you for saving me, and thank you for trying to find Jebin, even if Destiny didn't allow for him to be saved. Now that Jebin is gone, I don't see any reason to stay here for much longer. Someone else from the temple can come here to tend to the shrine. I've had enough. The lake still unnerves me, and the dreg, What is it? I'm sorry, Fathersolven. For a moment it felt like we were back in that grotto, surrounded by those horrid monsters. But I'm alright now. Yes, I just need to get as far away from this place as I possibly can. Glub, glub. What was that strange sound you just made? I don't know. I didn't mean to make it. It was like a hiccup. How strange. I'm sure it'll pass. What did they do to you in that grotto, Ivan? I don't remember, Fathersolven. There are black holes in my memory. I think I was unconscious for most of my time in that cage. That doesn't sound good. Maybe you should seek help. Maybe you're right. There's a temple infirmary in Serenthal. Perhaps I should go there. At least I'd be far away from this town and its cursed lake. Thank you for your advice, Fathersolven. All right. I wish you all the best, Ivan. Goodbye. Before you go, Fathers, please accept this potion of 7 wonders. It's not much, but perhaps you'll find it useful. Goodbye, Fathers. Okay. Oh, I forgot about the awesome sanctuary potion. Potion of 7 wonders. Value 500, fortified agility, endurance, intelligence, personality, and one assumes all of the other stats as well by 20 points for 120 seconds. That is a marvellous potion, isn't it? That's quite a fine reward. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that's it for now. Seems that my job in this town is done. My work here is finished. Swish. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching this rather extra long episode. I have no regrets. It was really cool. I didn't want to stop recording. I hope you catch me next time. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Very creepy quest. Very, very creepy, but marvellous. Marvellous stuff, regardless. Bloody hell. Great fun. Anyway. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next one, folks. Please do the likey, subscribey thing, and if you want to, become a channel member and or support me on the Patreon thing. If you enjoy this and you want to see more of it, of course, because that's the way to do it. Anyway, folks, I think Fathis might be zapping himself back away to his tower to sleep out the rest of the night. Until then, though, have a good one. Catch you next time. Toodaloo.